Hey there everyone, this is Mr. Dan. Today I would just want to cover with you a very quick but very important drill that we use to help you improve your sketching skills, especially when you sketch straight lines. So this is a straight line drill that I teach my students as part of a dynamic sketching method that I teach. So we often need to in sketching and drawing, we all often need the ability to sketch straight lines. So knowing how to draw straight lines is very important. Now, I'm demoing this on Procreate, but you could use this method on any kind of medium. You could be on Sketchbook and whatnot. It works the same. Okay, so the way it works is like this. We sketch free-handed, ideally, a big vertical straight line like this, and to set things up. So once you have a big vertical straight line on the left of your page, whatever page that you're using or canvas, then we're going to sketch a series of different of straight lines in different lengths. So we're going to start with the short ones. Okay, so it works like this: short ones, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We wanted to sketch it eight times over, and excuse my Procreate, because I'm working this on iPad, so there's going to be a lot of like bop, 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 bop noises as I sketch and draw. Yeah, please ignore that as best you can. Okay, so every line, and we're going to sketch it over 8 times. If you're doing this on real paper, I would highly recommend using I would use ink pens, like ballpoint pens, or your the fine liners. I would use those instead of pencils, because in this exercise we don't want to get in a habit of going in and try to erase it all and then try to like fix everything again and over again. We want to avoid that. We don't want to do that. Okay, so every line we sketch it over 8 times. So it goes something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What we want to avoid are a couple of scenarios. One is some of us, we sketch really slow because we wanted to get everything right like this. Don't do that. We want to avoid that. We also want to avoid having hairy lines, like super, like just super hairy lines like that. We want to avoid that. We also want to avoid having curvy lines. Yes, there are times where we have to sketch arcs and curves like this, splines. But in this lesson, when we want to be able to control it, so when we sketch straight lines, that they are straight, they're not bent like this. And we also want to avoid straight lines, but sketched at different angles. They're not parallel to each other in a random fashion like that. We want to avoid that for this exercise. We want to keep all of our lines as parallel as possible. There's a reason behind that. So another thing we want to avoid is you use a different pencil on this iPad. We also want to avoid having lines that are just kind of like it's strong in the middle, but the tips are just kind of feathery like this. I know a lot of students sketch like this. We want to avoid that. We want to have a definite beginning and a definite end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So after we've done the straight lines, then we're gonna double the length, and we're going to sketch much longer lines like this, like these middle length lines. Things start to get a little bit hairy. That's fine. In your practices, you are going to get hairy lines, especially in the beginning when you do this from time to time. Okay, but as you get better, your goal is to make lines that hopefully looks like the same line. Okay. And then once you're done with these middle length lines, I'm going to extend this a little bit. Then I'm going to the last set of lines, I'm going to sketch it so that it covers the entire width of my canvas. You could be doing this on your sketchbook or iPads. It really doesn't matter. The methods are the same. Now, if you make a mistake, like, my lines are kind of like this, don't start over. Just keep sketching. No problem. Just work over it. Don't give up. At least finish your eight lines. Yes, it may look hairy like this, but that's okay. The important thing is to practice that flow, that speed, that lightness, instead of perfecting every single line. So one of the I think one of the keys, if I haven't mentioned this already, is your lines. We want to keep them light, as light as possible, and we want to do them fairly quick. So on real paper, or really on iPads as well, that means you have to rely on your sliding your wrist. Slide your wrist instead of using your fingers, because sometimes we're so accustomed to using our fingers to like try to noodle everything in that we forget that our wrist, our arm, even our shoulder is also a drawing tool, is a very effective drawing tool. Okay, so use your entire arm. Slide your wrist if you have to. Slide your wrist, and sometimes even move your elbows, use your elbows, big motions, and even sometimes your shoulders to make these straight lines happen. So once you practiced all this, then I would suggest you to just sketch straight lines, big straight lines across your canvases. So don't do these little ones, okay? But big ones. Boom. Ones that carry from one end of a canvas to another in all kinds of directions. Any direction you want, as long as they kind of go from end to end. Boom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it helps, sometimes you could think of it as drawing 2 dots. You can actually sketch 2 dots and try to sketch lines that bridges between them. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Anyways, that's it. And I hope this drill helps. And if you have any questions, please ask me. If you have my contact info, or message me, or if you're watching this from YouTube or whatnot, just leave questions in the comment section below and I will get back to you. All right. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.